Hi everyone, this is Guyler-Alaniz and this is FarmHer Talks. Thoughtful conversations to connect and inspire the FarmHer in all of us.
So we are here in a backyard just outside the city limits of Des Moines, Iowa, and we're going to be talking about backyard chickens. So if you've ever been wondering about should I get them, could I get them, how would I do it, what would I do, you're going to get the perspective from just an everyday person, my sister-in-law, who jumped into it, figured it out, and they've had them now for like 8 years. So let's go check it out. This is a fun episode because guess who I'm here with? Who are you?
Lainey.
And who am I to you?
My aunt.
Yeah, you're not my aunt, I'm your aunt. And this is Micah, my sister-in-law. And we came over to their house today because backyard chickens. They have them, obviously. Here we are, right here, with their chickens. You can hear them here in the background. You can see them running around. So my first question is, how long have you guys had chickens? I know that they've been here for a while.
Lainey was 1.5, so this is our 8th
year.
You didn't grow up with chickens, did you? Like,
No.
What made you be like, oh, I'm gonna get some chickens?
So we live right outside of Des Moines, and we can have chickens, and I just thought that it would be great for her, for a pet, for learning, for fresh eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Where we live now, I mean, Tony would get chickens. I wouldn't, but because I'm afraid of them.
Yes.
But I can see it right here. There's a fence in between us. But no, seriously, like we can't have them in the city that we live in. We live within the city limit. You guys have like a good, almost an acre here,
Yes.
probably, right?
Yep.
You've got space to do all the things in your backyard. So, okay. So when you first got them, how many did you get and how many do you have now?
I think the first year we got a total of 8.
And then went down to 6 and then 4.
6 and 4. Okay, so have you downsized on purpose? Have you realized maybe you don't need as many, or?
We were thinking about giving them, the older ones, to my mom this year and getting baby chicks and starting over, but we got a puppy, so we'll do that next year.
We can only handle so much. Okay, so that was one of my questions, was how long, like, do the same chickens live for that long? I mean,
So we've recently had 2 chickens pass away in the last few months, and they're from our original batch. So I would say about 8 years.
yeah. Do they lay less eggs the older they get?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But we still have more in the chicken over there.
You have more eggs over there?
Yeah,
When they
that's where they lay.
Okay.
When they start laying, they should be laying about 1 egg a day.
Are there certain types of chickens that you guys looked for? Or is it just like go pick out what you could find?
So we researched, there's laying chickens, there's chickens that are just for, they're called meat birds.
Right.
If they're nice or not, or
Yeah.
we just did a lot of research, and I kind of wanted one of each. If you notice, we don't have any that are the same.
Yeah, you've got all different colors here.
Yeah.
Where did you get your chicks? Did you go to the store? Did you order them?
Went to Baumgars.
Baumgars.
Yep.
Okay, so I could go to Baumgars and pick myself up a few chickens.
Today you could.
I'm not going to, but I could. I could. Talk to me about like some of the things that you learned.
Well, yeah, you can't just put them out here, obviously, out in the elements. But you have to have a heat lamp, have just something small inside with food and water and heat for them, and
Yeah.
just really pay attention to them. You will lose a couple,
Yeah.
at least one in that beginning process because they're so young.
Yeah.
But
Which
we've
is
had good luck.
Hard, but part of life too, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there's part of like the lesson in this that
Yes.
happens. Did you guys just build your own coop then, or did you guys get
Yep.
it from somebody? You did?
Yep. First, we had a shed, and we just used that and put a dog run on it. And then Eric built this a few years ago. They have tons of small kits that you just put together, but I like the bigger because we don't let them out every single day, so I like them having a bigger area.
Yeah. So you can let them out in your yard and let them run around.
Yes.
Obviously,
Yeah,
maybe do the dogs like them?
No.
No. And obviously they have somewhere where they have shelter, and then they can be out in the open air here too.
Yep.
Tell me about the straw on the ground. Why do you spread that down?
Because they poop and
Yeah, they're messy.
Yeah.
It
You
makes
want
it
them
less
not to have
messy.
a mucky ground?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about what you have to do to take care of them every day. Like what does a day in and day out of a Guyler family chicken look like?
you have to feed them, water them, and sometimes you let them out of their thing.
Okay, do you feed them once a day?
Yes.
Water, you just make sure they always have fresh water?
Yes.
Like a dog? Mm-hmm. Okay, and how often do they lay eggs? Like how many eggs do you guys get in, say, a week?
I think they lay probably 2 to 4,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Yeah.
We have 4 chickens. It just depends. When it gets really hot, sometimes they don't want to lay, and then in the wintertime, they don't lay very well.
Okay, and then you just give them chicken feed, huh? Again, do you go to Baumgart's for that? Mm-hmm. Okay, but can you give them other things?
Oh yeah.
I give them scraps, food scraps.
Lots of food scraps. And then I have a block that I keep inside so they're never without food.
How do you know that you're getting female chicks versus male chicks?
You don't know. I mean, they try to make sure that they're all females, but you don't know really until they grow up. Because if you look at this one, it kind of looks like a male. It has,
That red comb, yeah.
It doesn't attack you.
so you
Yeah.
don't.
She'll let you.
But you don't want a rooster because they're just loud and they don't lay eggs. And your whole
Yes.
point to having them is eggs.
Yes.
Nothing against the guy.
We had a rooster, and he was
So loud.
so mean. And after he left, our chickens were so calm. So I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay, so what's one of the toughest lessons you've learned about chickens? Like what are some of the hard things about it?
When we've lost babies.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose predators could get in here too. That's always a thing, right? Hawks. Okay.
Do you want to tell her the story about the hawk?
Tell me what happened. What's the one's name?
Buddy.
Buddy.
Yes.
What happened to Buddy?
So I was playing with Buddy, right? And then a hawk came down and grabbed Buddy and ran away with him. It flew away. And then,
That sounds dramatic
It was
and kind
pretty
of scary.
dramatic, yes.
Did you see it happen?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was like right there, and I was looking and just,
You're so little, I'm glad it didn't get you.
So we, after that, realized that there needs to be a top.
yes.
Yeah.
There needs to be coverage.
Yeah. Okay. Would you do it all over again? Would you get chickens again if you had it to do? I mean, they're here now, so you gotta live with them, but you like them. They make
Yes.
your life better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to buy eggs.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Okay, so why don't you ladies show me what you do to take care of them? Do they need to be fed?
Yep.
Okay, there's some food. Well, that's easy.
Yep.
This is my kind of chicken situation
Yes.
because
it's so easy.
I don't even have to go in there.
You have to go in to collect the eggs, though.
Okay.
So seeing that there's only 3 chickens out here, there's probably one in there sitting on the eggs. Usually when we feed them, they all 4 come out.
Yeah.
So there's probably one sitting, and they all lay in the same bed. We had a bed for all of them when we started, but they were all laying in the same one. So we have 2 in there now, but they always lay in the same one.
Okay, we're gonna go in and collect these eggs.
Well, there is a hen sitting on them, so we will
Is there a
just
hen
leave
there?
them till tomorrow. I don't like to bother them.
No, what if she's laying an egg right now, right?
She looks pretty content.
You were telling me, I mean, obviously they always are making like kind of a little low noise, but what does the noise sound like when
It's
they're
just
laying
a
an
little
egg?
bit louder
Yeah.
and more constant.
Yeah.
And I can hear it from inside if I'm in the back bedroom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
But I kind of get that. It's like, I always think about like how big an egg is coming out of a chicken on a repeated basis. It sounds
Yeah.
like I would yell too. So there's no eggs to collect today, but
She might be laying one.
yeah. Okay, so if you could wrap this up, like what are a couple tips that you would maybe give somebody who was thinking about getting their own chickens? Like, what would you tell them to do first?
So I would definitely encourage them to get them. I think they're great and they're pretty easy after the first process when they're tiny. They're pretty easy to take care of.
Yeah.
What I did was I just did research. I joined a couple chicken Facebook groups. There's tons out there. And that's where I get most of my information and just research.
I love that, right? Like there's got to be YouTube videos, there's Facebook groups, there's something
ton.
to figure out about this. And you know, I tend to be one of those people that am like, it's not all perfect, we can't do it. But you know, like I see across the street, your neighbors have like a big, beautiful coop. You don't need that, right? You just need something to keep a little bit of shelter on them and to keep them safe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the things I always like to remember about it. But also check your city rules and restrictions because you guys are lucky right here. So there is our little bit about backyard chickens here on FarmHer. I think these purple flowers taste very good and I'm going to eat them. I'm not going to touch it. I'll let you touch it. She's got the chicken, everybody. She's got the chicken in her hands. So why don't you go in before we come in? That's setting the scene, okay? Okay, that's not quiet, AJ, just so you know, for reference. My heart just sunk. What's up, chicken butt?